Hey guys, Troy Dooley, MLMHelpDesk.com. I'm writing tonight. Obviously, it's a Global Verge post. We're going to do two things on this post here. I'm actually listing the Attorney General. We're listing everything. Rod Cook put this together, and I'm going to stick it up here for you guys. And it's so that you can see where you need to go to file actual complaints against this company at the Attorney General. I think that's the way it's got to be now. Here's what this letter states from the Global Verge attorneys. This is from Crocker and Crocker, attorneys at law. Let me tell you what they're experts in. Their focus is in telecommunications. It's in customer privacy networks, CPINs. It's in UCF filings for long distance stuff. It's for healthcare and employment issues. And it looks like they've had 1,218 visitors to their website since they launched it. We're going to make sure they have more visitors than that, because I'm going to put up their email address and stuff, and you guys can also send them information if you want to on what this company has done to you, what it hasn't done to you, what it promised you, and what it hasn't provided. But here's what this email said, and this is to the community here. It's listed in my name, but this is truly to the community of MLMHelpDesk.com, and you'll see this. It says, "Dear Mr. Dooley, we are the attorneys of Global Verge, Inc. By this letter, you are requested to cease and desist from all defamatory statements regarding our client and to remove all such statements from your website within 7 days of the date of this letter. Specifically by this letter, we are demanding that you publicly retract the following false statement. Global Verge shut off by their wireless provider, Activation King, because of money owed." Well, okay, let me just read on further. "We further demand you publicly retract any of the statements made on your website, MLMHelpDesk.com, which imply or assert that our client's wireless provider has shut our client off. Those statements simply are not true. Further, that you take the following actions with regard to any website registered in the name of yourself individually or any assumed names or any commonly controlled corporation." Well, that was pretty good. All he's got to do is look up the who is. We own so many websites, that's pretty simple. "Remove all defamatory references to Global Verge. Remove all false descriptions of Global Verge services. And remove all false comparisons to Global Verge in any form." Well, I'm going to go back to that in a second. I find that humorous. Because it appears from your website you are utilizing defamatory statements for the purpose of intentionally damaging the business of Global Verge, and soliciting business for other companies, then it appears you are acting with malice and that you may be subject to punitive damages under state common law. That's hilarious. Section 43A of the Lehman Act. Please send undersigned confirmation that all of the above have been accomplished within 7 days. If we do not receive such confirmation, we will recommend our client commence suit against you to obtain injunctive relief and monetary damages. Now here's what I sent back. I did CC this to my attorney. He may smack me later because sometimes he has to calm me down. But I'm going to tell you what I wrote. I said, "Mr. Crocker, as you can see, I have CC'd this to my personal attorney so he can be kept abreast of our communication. Under U.S. Code Title 47, Chapter 5, Subchapter 2, Part 1, Section 230, I have the right to post my opinions and to allow others to post theirs. As a matter of fact, there are many Global Verge advocates which post in favor of Global Verge, giving the public a balanced view of this situation. So outside of my attorney telling me otherwise, those posts will stay, and this letter will be made public. Respectfully yours, Troy Dooley, MLM Help Desk." You know, we're not going to just listen to an attorney. I've studied what Yelp.com has done, and we've pretty much used that same scenario here. Matter of fact, they've lost a couple of times because they allowed more defamatory stuff in a personal manner, and we don't do that. We're very cautious. I call people down if they make it personal. We allow Global Verge reps that truly praise the company. What's always amazed me is that you never see a Bud Nemeth, Ruth Main, Jim Hillman, Frank Guerin. You never see them come over here and defend this company. But their troops sure do, and I respect their troops because their troops have stood up. You don't see Mark Petchel coming over here. Oh, he's come over and he said, "I'm going to talk to you," and then he's never called. I've got emails from Ted Robbins, or purportedly Ted Robbins, showing me his itinerary where he was in Canada, where they were giving money to people that were part of the lawsuit and stuff. He was trying to make sure he backpedaled, I guess. And that's if it's the real Ted Robbins. We don't know, so we didn't post it. It's that plain and simple. You know, there's some things that you post, and there's some things that you don't. We've got lots of stuff, hundreds, thousands maybe of emails we haven't posted. But here's what I find humorous about this. When they talk about the title of the post, Global Verge shut off by their wireless provider, Activation King Wireless, because of money owed. We posted that. We posted that after Chris Greco, the owner of Activation King Wireless, contacted us, wrote on this blog, stating that he had shut them down. We put it up there. He further wrote, remove all defamatory references to Global Verge. That's a breach of your rights. You have the right, your freedom to voice your opinion in America. You folks that have been on our blog, who have not gotten what you were promised, you've been paying month after month, the bait and switch that took place because of 01, and before that it was because of Amp Mobile. It's always somebody else, but you guys have come over here. We've had great people from Global Verge and Global Mobile One and Berserk and all the other names they use, who have said, Troy, we're standing firm. We believe in this company. We believe in its leadership. We're going to go down with the ship, or we're going to float with the ship. I've respected them 100%. He goes on and says, remove all false descriptions of Global Verge services. What false descriptions? Global Verge hasn't been able to produce what they've said they produce, so there is none. Remove all false comparisons. We haven't compared Global Verge to any other company out there that's a legitimate network marketing company that's in the telecommunication business. Now, they do sometimes scare me because they look like Proxycom, who was another upside-down scam bucket that screwed their distributors. That's a true deal, but they don't look like any of the other companies. But the funny thing is, I find this humorous because we've talked about all the negative in the other companies too. I've talked about how FDI, because they didn't have the right culture as GI Connect, they couldn't get their act together. I've talked about Wow Mobile. I've talked about Randy Jeffers and what happened at Destiny, and then I've talked and praised about what happened there. Wait, I did that with Global Verge. I actually decided, let's give them a chance, and yet they fell short again. We've talked about Lightyear Wireless and some of the issues that I have with their compensation plan. I'm going to get ready to talk about GI Connect. Oh, I love their services, I'll tell you that right now. I'm using the cell phone. I've got the TriNet in the house. We've been beta testing it. Matter of fact, I'm beta testing Wow Mobile stuff too. And Harry and Kevin over here at Panther Mobile said they're going to send me some stuff too, and I'm going to test their stuff. See, it's amazing to me when I see what attorneys write on behalf of their clients, especially an attorney that does not seem to understand the laws that govern freedom of speech. I have my opinions. There is no doubt under the sun this is an opinionated website. We praise companies based on what they're doing, but we also lambaste companies that fall short in providing what they're supposed to provide. Now, we're going to post this email so that all people can see it. And if we end up having to go to court over it, well, I might even ask for a defense fund before this one's over, because I won't stop fighting on this one until we take it to the Supreme Court if it goes that far. It isn't about the money we earn or the money we don't earn. It's about the rights of individuals on this website to be able to voice their opinion. It's the people that go to YouTube and watch the videos that voice their opinion. It's the people that go to Better Networker and voice their opinion. It's the people that are at Facebook that voice their opinion. No, we're not going to stop. When this company has their act together, we'll write about it. If this company goes out of business, we'll write about that too. But we're also going to allow the distributors to stand firm, and we're going to allow the former distributors and those that got hurt to voice their opinion. Folks, thank you. This is Troy Dooley, MLM Help Desk. Live life like it's an epic adventure. We'll talk to you soon.